You come at the king, you best not miss.
Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones in the building. AJ definitely in this situation. Rocking out with us, dropping bombs over here. My guy setting it off. Shout out to my brother Ether, definitely in the building, hitting us off with the $50 cash app. My bro. Listen, the goal is to always, you know what? Let's get to it. Let's let the demons in. The goal truly is to always push information out there that's going to get us to the best. Did they hit us on our other one too? Okay, no. The goal is always to get the best information that will get us to the best place, right? That's the goal. So it's not about picking a side. Making good points for the men and things like that. It's not about that. What it's about is following the information, using logic, historical data, and statistics, right? Things like that to break down whatever it is you're hearing. It could be about whatever subject you want it to be on, right? But it needs to make sense. It needs to make the bar of logic. Now, just so happened, when logic is applied to the behavior of African American women, that's why they get the most attention. Because their behavior is that of, to be honest, warrants attention. Seriously. There we go. Let's get to it. Okay. Let's get to it. 1,000 apologies, people. 1,000 apologies. But listen, I said all of that to say this. Lovelace definitely in the building, rocking out with us. How to show online, people. You heard him. Listen, the reason that I went through that entire monologue, Mike Garrett definitely in the building with the $10 cash app. My people over here setting it off tonight. The reason I went through all of that monologue is because we really do want to see this thing from both sides. Now, my question is, fellas, I'm going to say it in a way that will make men comfortable, because we don't we don't play about certain things, right? I'm not going to say it the way the thumbnail says it, but I'm going to say it like this, fellas, and I do want you to answer. All of the condemning and dragging women through the fire for being so promiscuous, having all of these multiple children by multiple men, fellas, turbulence, people. If you had what they have, if you were a woman, would you do any better than the women? Would you be a hoe? Right? Listen, it's like this. This is what listen, we have to see both sides of this. And there's still going to be elite people on the man's side and on the women's side. The women who can have something as powerful as a vajayjay and go through life all the way up to her 40s, 50s, only having been with around 3, 4 men, 5 men, that is an elite woman. She's not regular, right? And just like you're going to have some elite men on the men's side, they're going to have their own home. They're going to have their own car. They're going to have their status up, right? That's an elite man, because sex doesn't count for us the way it counts for you. It doesn't damage us. It doesn't bring our value down. The more sex that we have does not bring our value down. The more sex that you ladies have, it brings your value down. It definitely brings your value down. If you were never taught how to manage money, would you fail when you suddenly had access to a lot of it? If you were never taught how to manage money, we're talking about something that's powerful. That's why this is really good analogies, right? Because money and sex are the two most sought after components on the entire planet. On the entire planet. Money and sex are the two most sought after commodities on the planet. Think about it. If you were never taught how to manage money and all of a sudden you came into a lot of it, fellas, would you fail? If you were never taught how to handle fame, would you fold under attention? If you were never trained for temptation, when temptation came, would you be able to withstand it? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. If we're going to give the women the business, we're going to give the men the business too, right? Shout out to Love Lace in this situation, rocking all the way out with us. You heard my bro for the hottest show online. Denzel said he'll be a hoe. Okay. Oh, okay. What did he say? He said nope or yes. Shout out to all of my day ones and my stay ones too. You already know what it is. But listen, we really have to examine this. Some women pass the test because they were trained, right? They were raised with the father. They were raised with brothers who gave them game on what men do when they really like you and what men do when they're trying to get your goodies. These women have had pre-test after pre-test after pre-test. These are the women, you know, I often say this, it's such a big shame. It is such a shame that women don't know that men come with more power than just their pocketbooks. What you could learn from men if you would humble yourself. Listen, we have walked a different journey than yours. Legitimate. What we think every day is so far away from your thoughts. We walk a different journey. Our journey is that of bumps, abrasions, and bruises, and damage. And we learn a lot throughout this journey. We learn a lot. It's really a shame that you guys don't understand that you almost have access to your own Google, a man who can give you a lot of the answers to a lot of the things that are holding you back. These are the women who typically have a father in their life or brothers in their lives. Some women fail because they weren't trained for the pre-test. Listen, and some women don't care about the test at all. Just want to get busted down. But you cannot ignore the preparation as a factor. Women are modern day celebrities. Can't get around it. None of you have access to the connections and the resources that women have. And I'm talking about even the biggest girl. She gets more traffic than you do. She gets more interest than you do. It doesn't matter that the interest is not genuine and it's not coming from a good place. She gets more traffic than you. She can get more resources almost for no reason than you can. This is a different type of attention. And if a woman has not been prepared for this, if a woman has not been prepared for this, like most of her life, to be able to receive this type of attention and still guard herself, right? Then that means when the test comes, she's in trouble. And a lot of it. If she has not been properly, if she has not been adequately warned about the dangers of what lurks behind men wanting that coveted thing that you have so badly, right? If she has not been warned about that stuff, then she's in trouble. And that's what we're seeing. I think we're seeing a lot of damage out there from people who were not groomed about how to take care of their vajayjay. I truly believe that. Because look at how they're moving out here in society. Okay, we'll get rid of this fast. Look at how they're moving out here. What the heck is going on? Are you kidding? Oh, maybe that's it. Give me a second here, people. Okay, that's what's up. Give me a second. I just want to kind of open eyes to a concept that I'm not giving women an excuse for being bops. You most definitely know that. That is not how we move at all. But what I'm telling you guys is this. Do you think that you would overcome the pressures and temptations if you were born as a woman? Just based on who you are, right? Listen, so how many, I want you guys to tell us, how many bodies would you give a woman that you could call a decent woman and say she went through a learning phase? How many bodies do you allow somebody for a learning phase? I want to know. Shout out to my brother Biggs in this situation. How many bodies does a woman get for a learning phase? Because people are gonna mess up. How many bodies does a woman get for a learning phase? How many bodies do you get? 3 is not bad. 3 is not bad. I would definitely say 4, just to make it more realistic, because nobody's walking around here with 3 bodies. Nobody's walking around with 3 bodies. People, I'm not. Shout out to my girl Lena, rocking with the show if I didn't already say so. Jeez, people. I just made magic happen. Oh, what's going on? Hey, people, what's going on? TikTok just went nuts on us. But listen, I want the men to be honest with themselves. Do you think that if you had the power that women have, that you would be a bop? Because this is going to give us a better assessment on them, right? This is going to give us a better assessment of them. Okay, now let me try this again. There we go. I want you guys to check this out.
If a woman says any of the following, just know that she's in a bop stage or a 304 stage. If she says to you that she's in her healing girl era, she's a bop. If she's telling you that she's taking a break from dating, she's a bop because she's still giving out her number. She's probably still on dating apps. She's still probably answering guys in her DMs because no woman is ever truly single. She says that she just wants peace or she's peaceful. Just know that she's in a hoe phase. She tells you that she's trying to find herself and she left her ex for herself. It's because she's in a hoe phase. She's a bop. Finding herself means finding other dudes. She tells you that she's going back to school or she's trying to get her degrees. Just know she's in a hoe phase. If she tells you that she is living her best life, just know that that also means that she's living her best life, making poor decisions and drinking a lot of alcohol, which AKA bop stage. And lastly, the final stage to any bop.
Hey, listen. I want everybody to pay attention to what she said. She said, I believe she said, and finding yourself, things like that. That's when a woman is out drinking. Basically, I'm in my hoe phase. Pay attention to it. I'm in my hoe phase.
Is religion. So if she's telling you that she's suddenly going to church or she's reading her Bible and she has a Bible quote in her freaking bio or anywhere online, it's because she's a retired bop or she's been a bop or is currently still a bop and is masking it through religion. With that being said, she's probably a bop. Okay, bye.
Listen, this was so wicked because we know it was true. Listen, I'm going to say this to the ladies. Yes, you seen I just put all men to the fire. Like, would you be a bop if you were a woman? Right? Would you be a hoe the same way that we condemn women for being hoes? Well, here's the unfortunate truth, ladies. That's not the shoes that we are in. So it doesn't matter. This is your circumstance. The burden of proof is on you to hold yourself in a way that warrants compliments and good reputation. It's the shoes that you're in. So you have to perform. Because you got to understand it like this. Regardless as to why it is, men judge promiscuous women because, for one, paternity and things like that. Certainty matters. Listen, in somebody that a man is going to have on his arm, some would say, yeah, but we moved to a city where nobody knew us and no one knew I was in that hoe phase. He'll know. And deep in his heart, he'll know that he wasn't able to do better than someone who had a body count like yours. That stings men. Men strive to be all that they can be, and we take certain things very seriously. We care what our friends are going to say about things. We care how we're going to be judged by our peers, right? And see, listen, again, it doesn't matter if our peers don't know what this new girl that I just brought around them and introduced. They don't know what her body count is, but men, listen, he knows, and he knows if he's deceiving his homies. He knows if he's getting unwarranted praise, right? Oh, bro, she's beautiful. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Man, and you said she only got one kid? Oh, man, you hit the jackpot. But you're going to go right home after you deceive them, knowing deep in your heart you married a bop. Listen, shout out to Darling Dove in this situation. You scared to take my call. There she is. I'm going to open up the panel here in a little bit, right? But my thing is this, ladies. The burden of proof is not on us. And seeing that these are the roles that we have, you being as women, us being as men, we don't have to answer to whether or not we would do the same thing. The role that you have right now requires your performance. The reputation that most people desire requires your performance, right? To have nice things said about you when you pass requires performance. You don't just get a good honorable name and people drop tears and lose their mind after you pass with a bad reputation. And I don't really want to label it as a bad reputation as from being a bop is the same as a thief. I don't want to put it like that, but a bop can actually be a good person. And because she went through her whole phase, it will taint. It'll taint. It'll taint because she'll just look, even if she's the type who doesn't bother anybody, people will know what she does. Like, you're really getting passed around. And this is what people will tell their friends about you. And this is what will make it harder for you to get locked down. The reason that I say harder to get locked down, you may say, well, don't nobody know about my past. Men can smell it on you. Men can feel it on you. Men can see it in how you walk. Men can see it in how you talk. Men can see it in your temper towards other people. We can tell when a woman has been, there are components that are very similar to most of the women who had whole phases that men have been cool with. There's components that we've seen in each one of those women that are same. So we know certain patterns of women who have been promiscuous. We know certain things that they do, certain things they wear. We know how they take pictures, how often they take pictures, how often they're on social media, the way they talk literally. So a lot of you think that men don't know about whether or not you had a whole phase. We do. And that's why, listen, let's go. Turbulence, people. For those of you who aren't familiar with the show, when you hear that, I'm probably about to say something that's going to ruffle some feathers. If you don't believe that everything that I'm saying is true right now, that men can smell when a woman has had a whole phase, men can look, we can observe, we can see it in your walk, we can hear it in your talk, we can see it in your aura, whether or not you've been on the dating highway too long. Look at how we treat you if you don't believe it. We don't lock you down. Majority of the time, women who we don't lock down, we believe she's been through a whole phase. There's something suggesting to us that she's not. Listen, if you were wife material, you could probably be a wife. Now tell us why you're not a wife. Why aren't you a wife? Now, for those of you who are very unattractive, I understand that. Or those of you who are like 280 pounds, listen, you don't even have to explain. I understand why you're not married. But listen, those of you who are even okay looking, a 5, right? And you might weigh 180 pounds, maybe 200, but people can look at your 200 and say, if she'll lose, no, I'm not even going to say 200. Hell no. Listen, if you're okay looking and you weigh around 170 pounds, if you're a wife, you can get wifed. If you're a wife, you can get wifed. So why aren't you getting wifed? It's because when we are approaching you, when we are seeing you, when we are encountering you, we're seeing something on you that you don't know we see. And that's why you go into the X only box. You think men don't know when they're around somebody that they don't want to lose access to? You think men don't know when they are around somebody that they can picture themselves wanting a lot more of her time and wanting to be around her more? We're not crazy. We're not crazy. Some of you, listen, the overwhelming majority of you have hood behavior. The overwhelming majority of women who aren't getting wifed, they have some form of hood behavior, some form of ghetto, or they're doing this, period, or they wear the long fingernails and the eyelashes and they caked up in makeup. When we see that, we see a bop. When we see that, we understand the power of the poontang. We understand it because we know what it does to us. We know how it affects us, right? When we see you dressed like that in your costume, you know who you look like in these costumes. The women on the strip in Vegas. You're dressed the same. You dress the same. Your outfit might be cleaner than theirs or something like that, but you dress like them. And we know the power of the poontang and how difficult it would be to be responsible with it. So we know that most of you who are dressed like that probably don't have the discipline to be responsible enough to overcome the temptations of so many handsome men approaching you and shooting their shot and knocking that out, clapping your cheeks. We know, because the women who have the fortitude to resist that, they're not dressed like that. They're wired a completely different way. They're wired a completely different way. Shout out to my bro AJ in this situation, rocking out with us. Just stimulating the super chat. Shout out to my bro again over here. My brother Biggs definitely in the building, rocking out with us. My peeps. Yeah, you heard what my bro said. Hoe adjacent attire. He said, I'm not dressed like a ho. But just look. Shout out to my girl, Darling Dub, definitely in the building, rocking out, supporting the show. Oh my gosh, this girl is crazy. That's our mascot, though. That's our mascot. But yeah, listen, ladies, I'm only telling you right now how men feel. And it's just insane that men are up here telling you about men and lots of other men are agreeing with it, and you won't use it for yourself as a cheat code? Are you crazy? It's just insane that you guys go for men for their money. Because men, I keep telling you guys, men have traveled a completely different path in life than women have. We have had to travel different roads. We have had to travel completely different roads. We face different dangers than you do. The world presents different levels of difficulty for us, with oftentimes no one throwing a life preserver. We've went through a lot, which means we've experienced a lot. A man can sit there and give you information that ChatGPT or Google can't give you, because he can give it to you in the raw emotion of it to make it matter to you the way it's supposed to matter. But you guys select men like they're only good for money. And you're paying for it. Listen, men value exclusivity. That's another reason that we don't really, that whole phase thing, we value exclusivity. When we put our mark on you and on that level, we're serious about it. We're not playing. Listen, let's go then. Turbulence, people. You're our property. That's how we view it. That's how we view it. Look at it in our actions. Look at it when we hear you been texting somebody. Look at how we respond anytime anything associated with a division between me and you, or you flirting with another man. Look at what our response typically is. Because there was work. We believe that there was work involved in getting you to let us put our mark on you. There was investment made. There was taken to out here to this restaurant. There was spending time over here with this time with you when I really didn't feel like it, but because you my girl, we're gonna do it and things like that. There's investment put in this as well. That's why we don't play that. That's why we don't play that. Yeah, you don't often see people protecting something that's not theirs. My brother Ether said, being that men are visually stimulated first, it becomes increasingly difficult to determine which females aren't 304s when they're adorned as common as streetwalkers. You guys are up here getting game. Seriously. You are up here getting game. that you should have to pay for. It's why we treat a lot of you how you get treated. Some of you might even say, but I'm a good girl. I'm not like these other chicks that be out here bopping, and I've only had, I mean, my body count ain't crazy, but you're dressed like them. So we're going to treat you like them. I don't care if it sounds like it's fair or not. It is what men do. We judge you based on how you look. We know you have a vagina. We know how badly men want it. You think we don't know that you're dressed like that? And multitudes of men, even handsome men, even men who have money, are petitioning for some of your time, and you're just saying, no thank you, no thank you, you think that's how we think that's going? Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang. That's what we think. That's what we think. We think you're getting stretched out by a multitude of men. AJ in this mother. Listen. Why do so? Listen, you guys, I believe I'm about to be on the Paul Pierce show. Since this show has started, why have people said I look like Paul Pierce? And I'm telling you, this has been going on for like 4 years. I look nothing like Paul Pierce, but we are going on the show, I believe. Tap that screen, TikTok. Please tap that screen. You guys are doing bad. We usually do better numbers than this. Let's go, TikTok. Topic of tonight's show is, fellas, would you fail as poorly as women are if you were a woman and you had the type of power that they have? Would you fail miserably? Ladies, unfortunately, men don't have to answer that question. We don't have to answer that question because it's not our predicament. It's not our reality. So, again, it is up to you. Depending on how you want to be treated throughout life, it is up to you to perform at the levels that garner the results that you desire. It is up to you, ladies. Or you can live a different life.
If a woman says any of the following, just know that she's in a bop stage or a 304 stage. If she says to you that she's in her healing girl era, she's a bop. If she's telling you that she's taking a break from dating, she's a bop because she's still giving out her number. She's probably still on dating apps. She's still probably answering guys in her DMs because no woman is ever truly single.
Listen, let's be honest about this. You know what? Let's tell the truth about this. We know women aren't out there just being celibate. So if we know that, fellas, and I don't care if she's only getting smashed by between 1 and 3 men, and we consider that, we consider that modest, whatever. Fellas, let me get over here with my girl. Fellas, if she's saying things to you like, I'm not dating right now, and we know that women are out there getting stretched, it simply means she's not into you. Because she's getting stretched. How come you can't be one of the men who get to stretch her? Because she's not into you like that. If a woman tells you that she's healing, you think no one's stretching that out? It's just not you.
She says that she just wants peace or she's peaceful. Just know that she's in a hoe phase. She tells you that she's trying to find herself and she left her ex for herself. It's because she's in a hoe phase. She's a bop. Fine.
Women who listen. Also, women who leave relationships effortlessly. Women who have the ability to sabotage life securities, things of that nature. These are likely 403, 304s and bops. Because there aren't many other motives, and I'm not talking about DV, domestic V. There aren't many motives outside of that that dignify leaving something so important. That is a life move. Women who have left relationships, listen, definitely women who have left 2 relationships. Definitely. This woman is a train wreck. A woman who has been divorced 2 times and she filed both times, there's a whole lot of questioning you should be doing with her. Me, I wouldn't be able to like, right? Let's go.
Finding herself means finding other dudes. She tells you that she's going back. She's a bop. Finding herself means finding other dudes. She tells you that she's going back to school or she's trying to get her degrees. Just know she's in a hoe phase. If she tells you that she is living her best life, just know that that also means that she's living her best life, making poor decisions and drinking a lot of alcohol, which AKA bop stage. And lastly, the final stage to any bop is religion. So if she's telling you that she's suddenly going to church or she's reading her Bible and she has a Bible quote in her freaking bio or anywhere online, it's because she's a retired bop or she's been a bop or is currently still a bop and is masking it through religion. With that being said, she's probably a bop. Okay, bye.
She's probably a bop. Listen, ladies, we're not even saying there's anything wrong with you having went through a whole phase or anything like that. What we're saying is don't be upset at the results that you get. Like, I'm telling you, this is the hottest show online. If you can't learn on this show, you just can't learn. That's really that simple. If the information here does not make sense to you, what in the world just happened? Hey, whoever that was trying to come up is not letting me let you up, William. It's not letting me let you up. But listen, you guys carry damage worse than we do. Our damage is masked. Yours come in the form of children and aging due to the children and things that have chipped away at your personality due to raising the children, right? You guys do different levels of different degrees of damage to yourselves than we do. Your damage is very visible. We even know down to when you are the type of aggressive, combative, disagreeable, uncooperative person, we know that you've been down through there. Listen, one thing we know is you've been to this exact location. The dating highway, where all of the carnage is. Where all of the carnage is. So you can't do what we can do. And it seems like that's what you guys are competing to do. I know it seems like I'm jumping back and forth, but I am. I'm giving you visuals of how the men perceive things and how the women could, or how men perceive things and whether or not men should have more empathy based on would they fail as miserably as the women in society are today as it pertains to, being more pure, being respectable women, keeping their body count low. Would men fail as miserably as women are today if they were the woman? Right? Would men fail? Listen, shout out to my girl Dub, definitely in the... No, don't do this. In the building, rocking out with us. Almost thought that we lost the channel. What is a 304? Look at how it's spelled backwards. It's a hoe. 304 is a hoe. She ain't celibate. She sell a bit. Shout out to Dove rocking out with us with the $5 cash app. It's because I'm not taking any people up right now, Dove. We're coming to that point. Where's William at? Who disagrees with me, ladies? Who disagrees with me that you can't do what men can do without taking on heavy external damage? Men seek you out for different reasons. We seek you out to conquer you. We seek you out to make you ours, to put our mark on you. Especially when we tell you that. In an aspect, men could say, if men could vision it in their head, listen, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Listen, ladies down in the comments, based on what you know about your bodies, your temptation, how it affects you when men give you compliments, when men pay you attention and men do things for you, based on how you know it affects you, this temptation, if you applied that degree of temptation that you guys go through to a man, if he were a woman, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you think that he would become a hoe? 10 meaning he'd definitely become a hoe, and lower down means he wouldn't. Based on the temptations that women have to go through to not be a hoe, attention from handsome men other women wish they could sleep with, based on how difficult you guys know it is to resist the temptation of being a woman, if you applied that to men, Sweet said 10. If you applied that to men, how sure are you that men would fail and be bops? I think we would have more edge up on the women. I will say that. I think we would have more edge on the women because men's biology is different. We're like problem solvers, right? We're logical. We can probably see when we're going too far a little bit better than women can. I don't get any attention. I have no clue. Shout out to my bro AJ, definitely in the building, stimulating the cipher. But listen, just think about this. It meets the bar of logic. It meets the bar of logic. The way that we move, listen, I'm going to tell you how I know that men likely wouldn't fall. If we were ended up to be women, we likely wouldn't fail as badly as you guys did and become hoes and stuff like that. Here's why I know. Because look at how men are online protesting you for doing it. If we have that much disdain about you doing it, it's probably something that our biology tells us is wrong as it pertains to building communities, right? Now, if you just want to get your rocks off, men are guilty of that too. But you guys are responsible for the communities. If you don't believe me, look around. How poorly you're performing right now, it's reflecting upon the entire community. Look around at the community. Look around at how the children are turning out, right? Hey, brother William, it keeps on saying you can't load. I don't know why it won't let me bring you up. Shout out to my girl Sweets over here contributing to the TikTok. Darling Dove definitely in this situation supporting the show, rocking out with us. But listen, I just want you to flip it. if men receive this same sexual access that women receive, I'm talking about like women are the closest thing that we can get to being A-list celebrities. And I'm talking about even overweight women. Even overweight women, and these are studies done on this, even overweight women, even unattractive women get like 3 times the activity as a handsome man does on social media, the social media dating platforms, and probably pretty much Instagram and things like that as well. We know what that type of power would be like. So we know that you likely haven't resisted that temptation too many times.
Bang, 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 daddy, bang, 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 daddy, bang.
Right? And that's why in order for men to lock a woman down, you have to be somebody that we feel like we don't want to be too far away from you. When men are feeling a certain type of way about you, you definitely see it. I promise you see it. And you can see his satisfaction you can see a completeness in him because now he feels like he's complete. Just getting your attention and viewing you as somebody he could potentially go the long route with, right? If you guys aren't getting that from men often, it means most men don't find you valuable enough to risk marrying you. And what I mean when I say risk marrying you is if you bring the wrong person into your life, your life can be flipped upside down in the blink of an eye in a very, very short amount of time. In order for us to be willing to risk all that comes with a failing marriage, a failing relationship, we have to know that we are interacting with a woman who is likely worthy of that chance being taken. A woman who is soft. A lot of you can't get soft no matter what you do because you suffered the types of damage that, like I'm talking about that high level damage of South Central LA, you know. I'm talking about that real damage where, yeah. But those of you who do know how to move and function in society on a civilized manner, you're not going to get married until you become something that men want. You're going to have to present yourself as low risk. Again, I definitely get this is another one of our double standards. How many men would be virgins if they had the same sexual access and got all the attention that women get? I understand that. How many men would be conservative? How many men would turn down free attention, free dinners, and things like that? How many men would turn it down when they get horny? I get it. But unfortunately, that burden is upon you to perform, not men. That is not our role. That is your role to deal with that temptation as God assigned it to you. And it is up to you how you perform. If you perform poorly, you will have a poor reputation. If you perform poorly, your life outcomes will resemble that of poor decision making. If you perform poorly, the nails can be put in your dating coffin. And each child represents a nail in your coffin. Only requires that 2 be nailed in. Only require 3, oblivion. This is why a man, well, most men, have issues with women who have went through hoe phases. This isn't about excusing behavior. I do want men also to understand the pressure that women get under. Women, I want to assess. I wonder on the sexual market, is an average overweight looking woman more valuable than an A-list celebrity like Tom Cruise? Are they? If I were to say yes, the only reason that I would say yes is because these women have to be more valuable than A-list celebrities. Because those types of men give these women gifts for their attention, for their bodies. So this is a different degree of power that these women are juggling. It's like being born as a celebrity and having to tell people at parties, I'm sorry, no, I don't drink, because you're trying to be the best actor, actress, or entertainer that you can be. You're forsaking a lot of things, right? You're forsaking a lot of things. And it is the same when women abuse their bodies. You get penalized. When you have children, you get penalized. I want to know, listen, I spoke to someone about this recently. We do not understand how catastrophic having a child on your resume is on the dating market. So why do you guys keep doing it? I think this. I think that the women who can maintain low body counts and have good reputations about themselves, I think those are special women. Women who they just don't have it in them to yell. They still have feelings that can get hurt because their soul hasn't been compromised. They walk feminine. They're into feminine things. They're nice. Those are special women. They're cooperative. They can listen to your ear, listen to your problems, things like that. Those are special women. Now I'm going to tell you what a good woman is. A good woman is a woman who she may have had a phase, not nothing, anything extreme, but she jumped back off very quickly, got her wits together, she desires marriage more than fun. She wants to start a family. She was raised with both parents. She has self-respect, and you can see it in her public resume, in her presentation. This is a good woman. Now, a female, turbulence, people. A female has multiple kids by multiple different men, and she does not really care not only about having sex, she doesn't really care too much about whether or not her partners go raw, right? People know this of her. She doesn't require commitment for you to have sex with her, right? Most men, if they shoot her shot at her, if they're handsome, she'll go. And this is an ongoing behavior. This isn't something she stopped doing. She hasn't stopped. You holler and you're cute enough, you can smash. This is a female. Now, a bop or a hoe, they dress the par. Right? They look unclean. They look like they've had a lot of sex. They have children by multiple different men. They have no values. They were not raised with their father in their life. They were not raised inside of a marriage, and they come from typically a below middle class, middle poverty environment. They come from that. They're actually quite dangerous, to be honest. They're dangerous. These are the women who lead men up to hotels under the presumption that she's going to give him some, and lo and behold, 2 of her cousins come rushing in the door after she gets the man's pants off. This is the lowest form of woman. She has already surrendered her soul. Her soul has been compromised to that place where she'll do just about anything. This is the type of woman who you don't even have to be cute. If she's bored and there's nothing to do right now, she'll have that random of sex. All you got to do is bring a bottle through. All you got to do is bring a bottle through. And you can go raw. You can go raw. You can definitely go raw. Oh, okay. Darling Dove, definitely in the building, rocking out with us. AJ, you want me bad, huh? I mean, Dove, you might be seducing my guy down there. You understand? Shout out to my bro, AJ. Cooperative and sweet ones are from heaven above. Yes, yes. And they are the ones, listen, they are the ones hottest doveling pigeon online. Okay, talk that talk then, Dove. Talk that talk. Listen, this is what we're telling you. Those ones who we said were special and good women, those are the ones getting in marriages and long-term relationships. Those are the ones. That's why it's so hard for you, because men can understand damage. We can understand liability. We can understand when somebody's going to be, shout out to my bro ZF in this situation, rocking out. There's no way that I'm reading that right. How many likes do they have over here? Bart said one time for the infamous belt buckle jingle, right? Bear Tube, appreciate the love. When you first meet her, she's going on and on about her car. Clearly, she's a real gearhead. Love Place. Shout out to Dove with tell your weirdo mods to stop muting me. Are you misbehaving down there? They don't play about me now. That's what you need to know. My people down there with the guillotine, like, listen, we're talking about ninja dice. You're right about that too, Miss Kanisha. You're right about that. She said, Stacey, I always thought a lot of women have babies by different fathers because they're trying to receive a check instead of working. A lot of that is happening too. That's a lower functioning human being. That's down. Listen, a woman like that who has children, multiple children for the checks and stuff, she's down there with the bops and the hoes. If she's also sexually active. If she's not, she's just a female. Bops and hoes have to be having sex. Listen, shout out to my bro Ether. My bro said a 4 for 4 from Wendy's, a 5th of Hennessy, 2 blunts, 4 Magnum condoms, and 2 Plan B pills is all that's needed in the Section B in the Section 8 sectors. That's just the unfortunate truth of it. That's the unfortunate truth of it. Hey, you know how long it's been? You know how long it's been since I heard that? As my world turns. Probably when I was like 20. Lone Star definitely in this situation, my brother. But listen, this is what I want to know from men. How many of you now, hey, Ether, hey, listen, I don't know what you guys are quiet for tonight. I want to know how many of my brothers listen. TikTok, you too. Facebook, I want to know. Let's be real. Based on what we think the degree of temptation that women would have to go through, seeing how many men approach them daily, do you think with that degree of temptation, fellas, if you were a woman, you would be a hoe? Pause. Because we need to get some understanding on this, because if you can say yes, well, I'm going to tell you, if you were a woman, do you believe that you were a hoe? Could you, if you were a woman, do you believe that you could be more responsible than these women are with your body count? Lone Star definitely in this situation supporting the show. Sweet's been over there cutting up supporting the show. I want some answers. Lone Star over here supporting us some more. Truth of the matter definitely in the building over here. Fellas, I need you guys to answer this question seriously. If you were a woman, do you think that you could do better than these women today are doing? Or do you think you'd be a bop just like them? Because if you could say that you would probably get loose with it, then that means you have enough understanding to maybe have empathy with the women. I don't know. We're just up here problem solving. That's how I try to look at things. But again, as I stated earlier, this is just for argument's sake, keeping the conversation authentic. We condemn women when they pass that box around. But if you were a woman, would you be able to be more respectful towards yourself than women are being to themselves? Hey, shout out to O'Neal. I like that answer. O'Neal said, if I was a woman, pause, I would be a level 5 hoe, not a level 10 because I'm righteous. Right. I think that's very very honest. I think that's very honest. I think most men would probably be a 5 because men know how to preserve their lives. Men have different logical standings than women do. We see right and wrong clearer than women do. And it's very apparent that we're able to resist impulsive moves and temptations better than women, because that's where these kids are coming from. They know that when a man nuts inside of you, you get pregnant. But they still can't resist the temptation to let multiple men nut inside of them. It's about understanding the pressure. Temptation multiplied by attention, multiplied by validation equals exposure. Some women choose discipline. Some go through a phase. But I don't know, would you struggle under the same type of pressure that women have to go through with everyday temptation? You at the water fountain, somebody want to say, hey, it's cuteness. You on social media. They load up your DMs. Q said, not even being funny. I would be a Section 8 304. Yeah, that's definitely what that means. It to have empathy for a woman doesn't mean, you're in agreement with how she's moving. It means understanding that that's tough pressure, and it takes a special person to resist that pressure. It takes a special person to resist it. It takes a good woman to recover from it. Roof, come up here. I'm dropping a link down in the bio. Come up here, Roof. Say what's up to my people. Good out there said that demon inside of them want that soul tie. That's true too. That's real. That's real. I'm dropping another link down there, Roof. Don't be all scared. Let's go. Come holla. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Give me a second. Dove done made another daggone fake account. Shout out to Dr. K in this situation. But listen, this is what I'm telling you guys. You can't do, there's a race right now for you guys to do what men can do, right? There's a race taking place. But you can't compete with us in that area. That's an area where you can't do what we can do. And if to continue attempting it will do further damage to you. It will do further damage to you. Think about this. You guys get your vajayjays beat up. And I'm talking about choked out at the same time while a man is sucking on your bottom lip, rubbing his tongue across the bottom, left and right, right? Heavy breathing taking place. Whole lot of intimacy going on. Kissing. And I'm talking about real kissing. Hand on your tata. And I'm talking about stroking you just the way you want to be stroked. You calling out for gods that you've never even heard of, speaking in tongues. Imagine experiencing that 15 times from 15 different men. You're no good. Listen, you really got 29 bodies, but 15 of them were really, really good. You're damaged. You don't know anymore how to isolate your actual partners from the best lovers of your thoughts. Now you're in a relationship with a guy who's not even good, better than 14 of your best. I'm sorry, who's not even better than one in your 14 of best. Now she's thinking about, she's rolling that Rolodex of her best 14 through her head and sufficing herself with thoughts of them and not thoughts of you. That's the problem with you guys having this heavy amounts of sex, ladies. That's the damage that it does. And there's only a couple of ways that you can repair yourself from that. Men don't care too much to say, well, would I be a hoe if I had the power that a woman has? Would I be a hoe if I had the vajayjay too? They don't care to do that. We know it's not our reality. It is incumbent upon you to be responsible with that thing. Which means a lot of you ladies, those of you who are mothers right now, a lot of you need to be diligent in making sure that not once or twice, but on a consistent basis, like probably 2-3 times a year, you have a discussion with your daughters about how important it is that she be very responsible, because lots of men are going to do almost whatever they can in order to get her to go to hotels with them and things like that in order to get her body. And you got to have this real talk with her, because once she slides down that road, she's sliding down that road and it'll be hard to get her back in. And the longer she's out there getting blasted. Listen, amazing sex is just that. It's amazing. And it'll throw you off track. When somebody drops that log on you, the way a log is really supposed to be dropped, it'll throw you off track of your ambitions and your own dreams, whatever it is you want to do. That's why we condemn you for throwing that box all the way up there. Never mind the fact that it's just outright nasty. You're letting multitudes of men nut inside of your body. Are you nuts out here? Are you nuts? It's why we judge you like you do. And it's also why we judge the women who dress like you and talk like you and laugh like you do. We judge women based on what we know about women. We have a collective of things in our mental database that lets us be able to decipher between the bops, the females, the good women, and the special women. We have all of the components in our database to allow us to know when we're dealing with each of those individuals. And once we decipher which one you are, we treat you accordingly. We don't just come out and say, hey, I'm treating you like a female. We don't say it. We do it. And I'm not saying it like it's right or something like that. I'm telling you, you get your equal. You attract to the core of who you are. If you're goofy and you have a weird laugh and you're socially awkward, chances are that's the type of person that's going to be most open to dating you, because they can identify with your quirks. She's probably going to have similar of those quirks. She's probably going to be socially outcast similar to you. And you guys are going to pick up on that about each other. And it's going to make for a union. I think what I see is a lot of people take themselves delusional. I had the thing turned off. Where you at down there, Ruth? I just dropped a link. Come up here and rock out with us. This girl is crazy. My bro Ether in this situation. My bro said, my father would say, you'll be a man just like me when you grow up. My mother would address me as young man when correction and discipline was in order. My brother AJ in this situation for the collection plate, definitely rocking out with us. Dub definitely in the situation. Dub said, when are your mods going to understand that sometimes I'll be tripping and learn to ignore me? Why are they so sensitive? Dub over here rocking out with us one more again. Why don't you donate to help Prince stop pretending he don't want to let me on the mother effing car? Okay.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
What the hell is wrong with Dub down here? Hold on. Soft-spoken queen. That's a good thing. She said, I talk to my daughter very often about relationships. Yeah, if you don't prepare them for it, listen, the pop quiz is going to tear the top of their head off. If you don't give them a pre-test, the pop quiz is going to tear the top of their heads off. Hearing the smoothest voices, the most attractive voices to them, attached to a man who's just the right height that she likes, right? Who's just the right degree of handsome that she's attracted to. And you didn't teach her how to resist that temptation. She's going to get her back blew out. And the only thing you can hope is that the SEX is bad. If he lands a home run, she's going to continue to seek that from him. And when the relationship doesn't work out, because he blew her out so well and introduced her to this amazing feeling, she's going to seek to get it. She's going to look around and scan her environment and society to search for men who may have been built like that guy who blew her back out, who may walk like him, who may resemble some components of him that would make her think that guy could blow her back out just like this guy. And then somehow it works out, he blows her back out. And this turns into a cycle because the relationships don't last. When the relationships don't last, they have to search the universe for somebody who can blow their back out like their other favorite partners. And it turns into a whole phase. Shout out to my bro AJ over here, setting it off. Take from the well, replenish, hottest show online. You already know what it is. You already know what it is. You know what it is. Shout out to Mike Check, definitely in this situation. Agree to disagree podcast in the building. Shout out to Mike in this situation. But yeah, listen, you would do well to listen to this information. Because what we do is lay out, listen, I like this. I have to play this one more time. This will be the dwelling place for some of you. This will be the dwelling place for some of you. Stranded.
Welcome to Death Row.
If a woman says any of the following, just know that she's in a bop stage or a 304 stage. If she says to you that she's in her healing girl era, she's a bop. If she's telling you that she's taking a break from dating, she's a bop because she's still giving out her number. She's probably still on dating apps. She's still probably answering guys in her DMs because no woman is ever truly single. She says that she just wants peace or she's peaceful. Just know that she's in a hoe phase. She tells you that she's trying to find herself and she left her ex for herself. It's because she's in a hoe phase. She's a bop. Finding herself means finding other dudes. She tells you that she's going back to school or she's trying to get her degrees. Just know she's in a hoe phase. If she tells you that she is living her best life, just know that that also means that she's living her best life, making poor decisions and drinking a lot of alcohol, which aka bop stage. And lastly, the final stage to any bop is religion. So if she's telling you that she's suddenly going to church or she's reading her Bible and she has a Bible quote in her freaking bio or anywhere online, it's because she's a retired bop or she's been a bop or is currently still a bop and is masking it through religion. With that being said, she's probably a bop. Okay, bye.
She's probably a bop. For those of you who don't know what a bop is, for those of you who don't know what a hoe phase is, now, shout out to Mike Tech, definitely in this situation. Super with the $10 super chat. Yes, back to the streets for her. Right? And listen, it is incumbent upon you women to guard your box. We don't understand why you don't understand that. And then once you make all of the poor decisions that you want to make with your with your box, then when men can see the dating damage on you and we choose not to accept you for anything serious, you say men ain't shit. No, you're getting treated according to your social rating. You're getting treated according to your social rating. And because of how poorly you've performed in guarding your box, then listen. Why do I have to treat you any better than any of the men who have got to knock it out the park for free? That's how men think. If you've went through a hoe phase, recently even, might still be in, why do you expect me to put forth some type of effort when other people didn't have to? Right? Shout out to Agree to Disagree podcast in this mother. We definitely in here on both channels. Let's get it. BYOB, bring your own bop. And I mean, that's typically how we do it. We do. Listen, give me 2 or 3 women up here. TikTok, give me 2 or 3 women up here. I have a question. You and you Janetta said the cat is what ain't shit. They want an excuse to be a bop. Okay, the cat, what she say? The cat is what ain't shit. They want an excuse to be a bop when they want a man to put them on a pedestal after it is used and abused. I can go for that. I can definitely go for that. Listen, I'm going to say this too. Some of you guys, your appearance isn't even up to par enough for you to be trying to act the way that you're acting towards men. Listen, if you don't want to be treated like a bop, don't behave like one. If you don't want to be treated like a bop, don't behave like one. Mamba. What's going on?
Hello, hello.
What's up?
Why are you acting like this tonight?
Well, I'm saying, what's going on? What do you have to, what? I'm doing a show. What do you mean?
Yeah, I know you're doing a show. I'm watching it. Prince, don't play with me.
Okay, you have nothing to contribute to the show?
Prince, why are you acting so weird? Like, come on.
As in getting the show going again?
Prince, look, I'm not gonna beg you. I want to talk to you. I want to be on your show. I have a lot to say, but
You don't appear to have a
like,
lot to say.
I have a lot to say. Like, you're being weird right now.
Well, it's because you weren't saying anything. You have a lot to say?
Mm-hmm. I'm not a troll. And honestly, like, for every man calling me a stalker right now, they're just not used to female attention. Like, when I see something that I want, I always get it. That's just it. Like, they're not used to a woman who's like, that shit is mine. Sorry.
They be selling illusions out here. Man, what you're doing is very necessary. Many brothers are running smack dab into the middle of illusion 10 years into the game with kids. Yeah? You definitely got to be careful. You definitely got to be careful because these are different women. These are advanced women. These are Dub, what's your body count? Go ahead and
Now
tell me.
it's
Go ahead
4.
and tell me a pretty lie.
No, I don't lie to you, baby. No, I don't
Come
do
on, tell
that.
me.
I already told you, now it's 4. Before it was 3, and after that last guy, it was 4. Now it's 4, yeah. I am
When do you
crazy,
hold on?
Kanisha.
Stop. When do you plan on? What number do you think it is okay to have experience in sexual partners before you say, okay, I'm done until I meet my husband? What number?
I don't think it's that simple, Prince. It's not just a number. It's not just like, oh, until I'm done. Honestly, like, you have to, when it comes to being done till you meet your partner, you have to mature. And I don't, I'm
You're
not
still having
God.
sex.
Like,
You're still having sex.
yeah, yeah, but Prince, people take different times to mature. It might take one
Okay,
person.
so I'm asking you about you. Are you gonna keep getting bopped out all the way up until you get married? And when is that gonna be? Do you
What
do?
you mean keep getting bopped out?
Is there a
Come
time?
on,
Listen, if you go another 6, that's you got 10 bodies. When do you say, okay, I'm gonna chill out? I'm getting these numbers. I'm gonna chill out till I get married. Or do you even say that? Or can you just keep on getting down indefinitely, then meeting somebody to marry? Tell me how this goes.
Oh, this is so complicated. So first of all, I don't like when I want to get married, it has nothing to do with how many men I've had sex with. It has everything to do with where I'm at mentally. Number two,
The more men you have sex with is going to affect you mentally.
yes, but
And men are
also
going to
like,
be able to pick up on that.
Prince, do you want to talk to me or like do you want to bully me? Cause you be mean to me sometimes. Like, do you want to know what I have to say or what? Don't hit Prince. Don't. I'm
Shout
sorry.
out to
I'm
Mike
sorry.
Check, definitely in this situation dropping it. He said, Stace, listen, man, did you put the eggplant in this girl's stomach or what? What the?
Put it in my stomach. Be my number five
Not
and
reverse it back into a
be
cube.
my number five and put it into this shit, Prince. Show me everything you said
Listen
is
to it
true.
first. Yes, it's
I'm
that simple
waiting.
because the fewer partners. Janetta, talk that talk, Miss Janetta. Talk that talk. He said, yes, it's that simple because the fewer partners,
It's
the
not
higher
that
the value.
simple.
It is.
No, the more partners, the higher the
So
value.
here's
And
what I'm
that's
saying,
something that
though.
I
Here's what
wanted
I'm
to
saying,
talk to you
Dove.
about.
You're actually the perfect example, Dove. So let me say it like
Hmm.
this. Dove herself. So you're open to having sex with someone if they impress you and if you find them attractive. Okay, you have 4 bodies now. So along the course of the next few years, you're going to be impressed with a lot of people. At
No,
what point in time do you say, okay, this is too many damn bodies. I'm gonna have to, chill out because I won't be no good for my husband when he comes. Let me chill out at 10. You can still have 3 of them on the back burner, but I'm talking about accumulating more sexual partners. When do you say it's time for me to chill out before I get married?
Prince, I'm the wrong girl to ask that because no, I'm not going to be
Oh, you have
impressed by a
4
lot of
bodies.
people.
Yeah.
Prince, why are you yelling at me? Do you want to know my answer?
I got your answer.
I'm not going to be impressed by a lot of people. It's really hard to impress me.
Shout out to ZF
It
over
really
here in this
is.
situation. Hey, you got
Ew, I don't even know
ZF
why
paid
I'm
to
being
drop you. We gotta drop you at least bare minimum 10 minutes. At least bare minimum. At least you had some decent answers up here today, duh. DTG says Shorty a paid actress. Courtesy of ZF. ZF said hit the cash app to get her up off of there. My bro said once a female accumulates a multitude of experiences, nothing will thrill, amaze, or surprise her. Listen, I don't even think you guys get what my brother just said. Think about becoming a diabetic and you have to take insulin. Your first time, you're going to tell your mom, go ahead, hurry up, just get it out the way. You're going to be in shock of it. Your second time, you'll be like yourself, you'll probably bite down on your teeth a little bit. The third time, after you've gotten used to it, you're still looking at the book that you was looking at. Fourth time, it's nothing. It's the same thing with the sexual component, ladies. Once you've reached certain climaxes, you're on a never-ending chase and expectation of that climax, which renders you useless to every other man, unless he blows your back all the way loose too, but now you have another spirit to chase endlessly. Now you're chasing another spirit, and depending on what happens between you and him, he gets married or whatever, now you have to chase what he gave you and latch on to another man who you listen. The first 2 who look kind of built like him, because that's what you're doing. You're out in society looking for men who can fit his profile because he blew your back out so well. They have to be a certain height. And you may not even select the right guy for the first 3 times you try it. Maybe small, maybe terrible in bed or something like that. So the body count's going to keep increasing. The body count's going to keep increasing. Look at Miss Janetta up here setting this mother off. Miss Janetta said, more partners for men is high value. We were designed to be able to keep our box on lock because we are supposed to be the prize. What prize is a wore out rubber band? Yes, your value is definitely going to drop when you have more partners. Of course. But see, I don't think women like to acknowledge the value drop. I don't think they like to acknowledge the value drop. I think women want to have all of that fun, have just as many orgasms as we have, and pretend like no wear was put on them, like they experienced no usage, like there was no value decrease at all. How can you think something like that? Even the more miles you put on your car, you decrease its value. And one body on a woman, it's the equivalent of like 25,000 miles on the car. I think that that's a pretty good assessment. Four bodies. Turbulence. Dove at 100,000 miles right now. Listen. Four bodies is 100,000 miles. Now, most cars start, acting up real bad. And I'm talking about having to replace the car at around 200,000 miles, 180,000, between 180,000 and 250,000. Now, listen. My bro said used sloppy guts are good for 1.5 to 2 business hours of fornication and $200 on the nightstand, only adjusted for hoflation, of course. I just don't get it. How could, if I was a woman, just if I'm just a human and some damage happens to my leg, no NFL, no team, no NBA team is going to hire me. I'm a liability now. I'm a risk. A woman, if we can acknowledge that the most valuable thing, I don't care how, let's go. Turbulence, people. If we can acknowledge that the most valuable thing about a woman is her box, which it is, so hey, say what you want to. It can become more, but off top, the most valuable thing about a woman is her box, right? If we can acknowledge that, then that means the more she gives that thing up, that the more her most important value decreases. Somebody prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. We all know that a woman's box is her most powerful asset because it's what gets her all of the attention. It is her ruby. Like the thing in Iron Man's chest that powered him up, that's women's box. It's where all of their power comes from, right? Now, if you give that thing to multitudes of men, how wouldn't you expect for its value to decrease? It's the most important thing you have, and you pass it around like it's not important. Things that are very important, people have limited access to, and they're rare. If you're passing your box around, your box isn't rare, and therefore it's not valuable. Look, my people said they reached 100K in high school. Crazy work. I guess you're right about that, though. Listen, who disagrees? Initially, a woman's most important attribute. Initially, the most important thing about a woman is her box. Who believes that? Initially, the most important thing about a woman is her box. Who disagrees? Who disagrees? Initially, the most important thing about a woman is her box. Because there has to be something propelling us to even come over there and talk to you and discover your amazing personality and how cooperative and feminine you are. And your box and our desire for it is the initial component that drives us towards you. Hold on. Shout out to my girl Dove over here. She did drop a 60 bar. Listen, let me get Dove back up here. I got to let her up. She set it off tonight on the show. Let's go, Dove. Come on up here and speak it. Dog. Tell me how your night is going.
Lovely. I'm about to go to sleep soon, actually. I gotta wake up in the morning, but
What the
I need
fuck?
your advice because I actually trust it. Like, I trust your advice. You're very solid. And so, I needed your advice about something.
I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Try something else.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I said I needed your advice about something because I trust your advice.
Talk to me.
Talking to a guy and wouldn't we be setting dates like every week and trying to see you?
Yes. Have you presented yourself as the type of woman who's into relationships? Do you think that you've presented yourself to him as the type of woman who's relationship and not sex?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so after the first day that you guys met, did he call you the next day?
Yes.
The day after that?
Yes, like the thing is he'll be consistent like throughout the week and then it's like on the weekends he disappears. So I'm thinking maybe
Hold on. You're sure you picked up on a pattern that on the weekends he disappears?
yeah.
I've told women many of times that tells you everything. Like that's actually it's a blessing when they do it like that because that's a specific pattern that is excluding you from some particular part of his life, right? And so when he disappears, if you text him or call him, can he answer?
Nope. Because that's what happened this weekend and I stopped talking to him. He texted me and was like, good morning, and I just ignored it because I'm like, I haven't talked to you in 2 days and you just text me saying good morning. Like, what is that?
How long have you been seeing him?
just like a month,
Okay.
and I haven't had sexual relations with him. So,
Okay. So because I'm wondering, he's clearly. So let me ask you something really quick. Um, I want to ask you what you think is going on.
either like he's emotionally unavailable or someone else.
You know it's someone else, right?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going to tell you something how we feel about women. When we catch a jewel, somebody who's soft, somebody who's feminine, now this is a big if I am also in the place in my life where I'm looking for a relationship, right? That's got to be component number one. Because if I'm not looking for a relationship, I can cross paths with a very, very amazing woman and still not treat her well. But if I'm looking for a relationship, here's the two things against you. Either he has a family or something else going on, or he's not ready to settle down yet. Both of those are not in favor of you.
Yeah.
So my question to you is this.
This guy said a month is not long enough for me to be a priority to him. So I
You're
don't
not a
know.
priority then. Oh, you said somebody down in the comments
Yeah,
said that?
someone in the comments said like a month is not long enough for me to be a priority, but
It
I
most
wouldn't think.
definitely is. When
Okay.
something is valuable to us, we scratch, tear, and claw at the walls to get to it. Men are wired to conquer. Did you know that?
Yeah, and I mean he is recently divorced, so maybe that's something to do with it.
Did you see the divorce papers?
No,
Because
I just
listen, that does not. How many times throughout the week does he reach out to you?
like it'd be consistent like 4 or 5 days, like Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. Then the weekends, the communication fall apart. So
And it's consistent. Pretty much every week, you notice that you can't get in touch with him.
yeah, and so I was like, okay, like something's going on because like on the weekends, I would think you'll be trying to like take me on a date and go out like every weekend. And I'm like, I've been pretty patient. Yeah, you keep getting cut off, and so yeah, that's moving on.
So I want to say this to you. If he were to start acting right and he would come back and be like, I'm sorry, babe, this and this and this and that was going on and da 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 da. Do you understand still that you can't afford to still take him back because there's something going on in his life and it's important, it's more important than you, and it's likely another individual.
Yeah,
As ladies, you
yeah,
guys have problems admitting that because you guys also have ego. Men have ego too, but with women it's different. You guys don't want to acknowledge that you may be attached or attracted to something that's not good for you to be attracted to.
oh yeah. I'm not very egotistical. Like I get it. Um,
If he were
I
to
just
reach
gotta
out to you,
go.
and say everything that a woman wants to hear, what would be your response?
I mean, my heart don't feel safe anymore, so I can't.
Okay, so it sounds like you're headed towards where I was trying. That's what I'm saying. Like you're going to be gambling with your emotions every time you deal with an individual like this. Because listen, he does have another part of his life going on. I mean, I don't know what you
And
need to
he's
be
like,
told.
and he's 15 years older than me.
That's
15 or 16 years older than me. So,
okay. It's a black man.
yes.
Okay. That's a good thing that you're smart enough to date older than you. That's smart. But I will admit, men that older, they have enough game to, get over on you a little bit, say certain things just to maneuver around you to get their way. And oftentimes that's going to slide in. He has more life experience than you do. So he knows what works, he knows what doesn't. But it's very clear that, there's a difference. I'm not hating on the brother, you know what I mean? But I'm telling you because you asked me. If this was somebody in my life that was asking me this question, I would really just say, what does it sound like to you?
He's not like available and something's going on the side. And so I have to, you know,
But listen, let's do it like this.
okay.
I want you to name me some of the things, according to what's happening on the weekend. I want you to name me some of the things that you in your heart could say would be good excuses. What would be good excuses for something like this happening? Tell me. Give me a list of excuses that wouldn't sound crazy. They would actually sound viable.
A family emergency, like something with his family. Um, like him not feeling good, like he caught a cold or something.
Hold on. Now you can't really do that. You can't say the family thing, emergency. You can't say the cold because you said it's something that's consistently happening. You can't keep
Oh yeah.
consistently having family members die. You can't keep
I mean,
consistently having colds.
but he got kids. I mean, well, I know, but he got kids and stuff like that, and they be going like they're like young adults and like teenagers, and so it's like he has to. He's a present father. That's why I liked him. So I mean, you have to do stuff with your kids, and so I
Okay.
mean, I don't know.
I have children. Legitimately, I do. Do you know how easy it is for me to return text messages to them and then send them text messages? It's effortless. It's nothing.
Yeah.
I could say, my woman, if I'm dealing with my woman, I could, listen, here, I want you to do this for me. Name something that could make it almost impossible for a man to text you back or call you back on the weekend. Name something that would be a good excuse that would make it almost impossible for a man to be able to respond to you or reach out to you.
I don't even. I have no idea. I don't know.
Probably nothing.
It's hard because, like you said, it's a pattern. It's not like it, it's a pattern. So yeah, I have no idea.
There's nothing that would make it impossible. He'd have to be in a plane wreck or something. Like, what would make it so difficult for me to be able to get in touch with you on the weekends? You'd say go to jail. You'd say have to say something like something crazy, but that's not going to happen consistently. There's really, really kind of only 1-2 things it could be, and I can't even name the second one. So it just goes to, you know, so let's do it like this. Do you consider yourself to be a valuable woman? Tell me how old you are first. Huh? I can't hear you.
34.
You said
Can you hear
24?
me? No, 34.
Okay. Do you consider yourself to be a valuable woman?
Yes.
Tell me what makes you valuable according to the things that men desire out of women.
I mean, I'm feminine.
That's a huge plus.
I'm kind.
Okay.
I mean, you know.
Those are good traits. Those are good ones.
I mean, about my career, men don't really care about a woman having like
Nope.
their own career and stuff. I don't think they care. But like, I'm educated. I have a career. Like, I have my own things. Like, I don't know.
All of that was perfect. All of it was good. All of it was what I wanted to hear.
But I mean, I do have one child, so I guess that was the only con, me having one child. But yeah.
A woman who is feminine, fit, and friendly. Are you fit?
Yeah, I go to the gym a lot, actually. But I'm tall. I'm 5'11", so a lot of guys are intimidated by that. But I'm still feminine. But when you're tall, like, people can kind of try to like make you more masculine out. Like, but I don't dress masculine. I don't look masculine. But just being 5'11" is like, oh, she tall. She tall as heck. Like, dang.
Okay, my point is this. You said you believe yourself to be valuable. And from my assessment, you sound valuable, even with one kid. Like, some women can pull the one kid thing off. Some women can. She's going to have to be feminine. She's going to have to be a good time for a man to be around. Like, I just dig being around her. Like, I don't know. It's just this positive energy. That's what she's going to have to pull that off. Now, you saying that you believe you are that caliber of woman, if you are that caliber of woman, why would you risk letting somebody hurt your feelings on a multitude of occasions?
Yeah, that's why I was like, I don't know, I was being patient, I guess, but yeah, I'm kind of tired, kind of ran out, so. And then, like the guy said in the comments, like, it's only been a month, I'm not a priority. I was thinking, like, am I over-exaggerating? You know, I didn't know for sure. But
Nah, I say, like, if we're being honest, the priority starts right away. When a man is attracted to a woman, he knows how attracted he is to her. And if I'm really feeling her, she's going to know the first week. I'll say definitely the first 10 days, because it takes around 10 days to 2 weeks to establish patterns of consistency, right? It takes around 10 days to 2 weeks for you to be able to identify that I've been consistent, for you to be able to identify some of the things that I say to you regularly, right? These are how the patterns get established. And based upon the patterns, that's how you identify whether or not you want to continue on with that individual. The first 2 to 3 weeks will provide you with patterns. They will be clearly identifiable. Based on the picture that those patterns paint for you, you now have a picture of something that you either do desire or something that you don't desire. Do you believe that?
Yes, I do.
Your big picture is all of the data you just gave us tonight. That's your big picture. Now, once you examine that big picture and you can see it keeps disappearing on the weekend, then you know that there's something that's big, not small. There's something big on that picture that not only do you not like, but you're not comfortable with it. You can't sign up for something that you already know you're not comfortable with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
And listen, your body count's going to go up. Your body count's definitely going to go up. You just need to make sure that if you're going to allow somebody to take your body count up, you need to make sure. You do know that your body counts matter, right?
Yes.
Do you believe that men can identify when a woman has had excess of bodies just by engaging with her and talking to her and things? You don't have to agree with me. I just want to hear your own answer.
I've heard they could, but like I don't have much experience with dating, so I don't know.
So you don't need to get broken. If you don't have much experience dating, you don't need to get broken. And what do you think I mean by that?
I just don't need to be out here, giving it out.
Yes.
And
you break.
Put my energy in broken situations.
Did you know that women can break? And I'm speaking very, like, I'm talking about how you drop a light bulb and it shatters. Did you know that psychologically, like this is psychologically proven, did you know that the more sexual partners a woman has, that she can break? Did you know that?
Yes, that makes sense, actually.
Yes. Think about it.
Makes a lot of sense.
Think about if you have 20 bodies and 15 of them were amazing lovers. You will never be good for the next man, because if the next man isn't competing with the best lover that you had before him, you'll always be thinking about the lover that you had before him, even when you're in the bed with this new husband that you have. And he's not good in bed, but he's a good husband. Now your thought process, which is supposed to be on your husband, now your thought process is compromised because you're thinking about those 13 amazing lovers. You see how that could work?
Yeah, that's awful. That's an awful situation to be in.
And that's what you're seeing in the black community. They've had so many lovers to where they're numb to it. They have to have high-level sexual excitement and gratification because regular and normal simply will not do for them anymore. They've experienced too much. And that's what you have to be careful of. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you this. I can't even see your face. I can't see nothing about you. But I'm going to tell you this. We seek women like you, who talk like you, who appear to be as innocent as you, who appear to be as delicate and feminine as you. I'm going to tell you something. Turbulence, people. You guys know this is one of those moments. When we encounter women like you, it instantly tells us the SEX is going to be fire. And that's what we think about. It's immediately what we think about. You said you're fit?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go to the gym like 4 times a week. Like I said, I'm fit. I'm just really tall. I'm 5'11". And some guys don't like tall women, and that's fine.
I'm telling you, when we hear feminine women, and when we hear women with voices like yours, it tells us, it's like it gets us really, really aroused, because what that suggests to us is she hasn't been around much. When we affiliate a woman, I'm giving you game up here. Like, I'm giving you raw game. This is applicable to every man.
And I appreciate it. That's why I'm happy you're on tonight, because I was like, I need to talk to you.
Listen, when we hear a woman with a voice like yours, we can tell that you're probably not been passed around. We know who gets passed around because we are the ones who select them, right? So when we hear the opposite, we can identify it immediately. A woman with a voice like yours, a woman with that feminine energy like you have, you're nice. I can tell that you're nice. We view her as a virgin and we want to crack. We view that woman as a virgin. We view her as she's not been passed around much. I guarantee you, I do this and that to her. Immediately, that's how we think. Did you know that?
I thought, but I don't know. From this situation, I'm like, I don't know. This guy, I don't know.
What
How
made you
he
not?
treated me was like,
Go ahead.
I don't know. Weird.
What made you not reach the point of intimacy yet?
I don't like a month is not long enough.
Did he try anything?
Like we cuddled. That's it.
And even over the phone, did he bring it up any? Like, when are we gonna, and things like that?
I mean, he brought up like doing it again, but just never planned it.
So what do you think out of all of this? Do you think that maybe he's made a couple of mistakes on the weekends and it's something that there's an excuse for? Or do you think that you could be, getting played somehow? What do you think? I want to know what you think. Do you think that maybe there is a logical explanation for why he's been disappearing? Do you think that there's something that you could forgive, that this is something that explanation that you could forgive, that's the reason why he's been disappearing? Or do you think you're getting played?
I think he's playing, so I just have to move on with my life.
Isn't that what he's showing you?
Yeah, he's not prioritizing me at all. I mean, I see one day, but 2 days, like you can be like, "Hey, I'm busy. I'm just checking in. You okay?" Like,
I agree.
it's easy to do that. So
I agree.
it's just like, you don't want me, that's fine. Okay.
When was the last time you dated before that?
Like a year.
Why didn't it work
I
out?
don't date often.
Why didn't it work out?
He PCS somewhere else, so he got stationed to North Carolina.
Right. So.
And I don't want to date any like other military men anyway.
Right.
I'm kind of over that. I don't want to date them. But I live by a military base. I'm surrounded by 3 military bases actually.
What's the closest city to you?
Oof, you're gonna say Atlanta, and I don't.
Yeah. I'm not touching Atlanta.
There's so much going on. Oh my gosh, yeah.
So what do you plan on doing from here? Because you need a partner. You know that. It's good that you already know that. How do you plan on moving from here in order to establish your partner?
I think I'm gonna have to go to like conventions or something like.
Describe your man to me. Describe him to me.
Black, financially stable.
Tell me what you mean. Can he make $40,000, $50,000 a year?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, black, financially stable, like 5'7" and taller. I don't mind dating a shorter guy. He has to be at least 5'7".
Right.
And like I say, just family oriented because I'm a very family oriented person. Just kind and a provider and a protector.
Would you give him another kid?
No, I don't want any more kids.
So you're
and
asking.
The guys I'm dating are older. They're like 40 or 50.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right. That's a good point. Okay.
I haven't met any guys that's that older. It's like I want to start over at that age. So.
Yeah, that's real. Let me ask you this. What is it that made you gravitate towards older men? Smart move, but I want to know what made you do it.
I've always liked older men, and maybe because my uncle raised me. My biological dad, he was in and out, but my uncle raised me, and he's 22 years apart from my aunt because I was adopted.
Right.
And so they're 22 years apart, and I guess I don't know. I just liked it.
So it's the more logical thing to do. It's the more logical thing to do. I told my daughters, you know, the smartest thing is to date a man at least 10 years older than you. You know, you don't want to date too crazy out because that person will be, depending on what age you guys get, that person will be closer to, you know, going on to meet his maker than you. You don't want to
Right.
give it, you know, that much time. Like if you're 40, you don't want, I mean, you don't want to mess with, you don't want to mess with somebody who's like 70 years old. You know what I'm saying? That personal, you know, yeah, that won't work. Just make sure that you're not marrying too old. I mean, dating too old to where that person's health issues have started kicking in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. But I think like 15, 16 years, I'm comfortable with that. Like that's the oldest.
No doubt about it. That's a good age. You know what I mean? Around 50. If I were you, I'd probably stop at around 50, 52. Right? But
Yeah.
that person can
Yeah.
still be what you need them to be without you having to worry about, you know, by the time you make it to 50, this person will be 70. You won't even be wanting to touch a person like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Listen, let me see something. I want you to give me a thumbs up in my inbox. Give me a thumbs up, and because I think I want to put something. Can you receive documents through? Can you receive documents through the DM?
I think TikTok lets you send like stuff. I don't know exactly what though.
I'm going to send
Mhm.
you a thing. It's going to, based on currently where you're at, I'm going to send you a thing um, that gives you the best viable options for what your next steps should be.
Okay.
All right, so give me a thumbs up so I know where your profile is at. In
Oh
my
wait, me
Yeah,
or
give me
them?
give me a thumbs up in my DM
Oh,
and to let me
okay, I
know,
will.
and I'll send that to you.
Okay, I will.
All right, you take care.
You too. Thank you so much.
No problem. Bye bye. It's the perfect temperature. But you're in here. Okay, account is private. Hey, well, I guess I tell you. You should have turned your I don't think I can even send her anything if her account is private. All right, if there's anybody who wants to come up, let me know. Other than that, we finna go. TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. If there's anybody who wants to come up, got any questions or disagreements? Yeah, she was soft and pleasant. It's really insane to me that people don't know that if they focus on those things right there, being nice and feminine, man, the pool of, if your pool of men is this right now, if you practice being feminine, soft, and fit, I'll say this to make it more realistic. If you are nice, a nice person, and you're fit, your pool can go from this to this. Men will fight through all of this to get to this. They will. If you don't believe me, look down in the comments right now. They're saying she was soft and pleasant. So, he said, I love her femininity, though. Would definitely take a woman like that out on a date. Look, I'm telling you, you got to listen to men. They called her the witch practitioner. Hey, Ether. He said the witch practitioner. Hey, where's she at again? Hey, All right, people, if there is no one with any questions, no disagreements, we're about to rock on out of here. Look, Dominic says she seems like she has a beautiful heart, honest, and is worthy of a man's undivided attention. I told you guys, we don't even have to see what they look like. That type of energy is explosive to a man's biology. It simply is. Waves, what's going on? What's going on? Ugly sports shorts in this situation. The more she give that box out, the more that value drops. Yeah, we just really don't even understand how you guys don't understand that. It's crazy to us, to be quite honest. Dove said, I'm sorry, I will behave, I promise. Dove, there's a link in the bottom. Shout out to AJ. You already know the business, brother. I'm happily married with no regrets. That's cool. That's cool. As long as you guys find your own ways to spice things up and shake things up every once in a while. Soft ladies get protection and provision over here. Yes, if anybody's going to get it, it's going to be that. If anybody going to get it. Why would I find something that's unpleasant and make its life easier? See how that sounds? So that lets you know that we're not doing that. We're doing the opposite. We're finding things that we see value in. We're finding things that are pleasant and willing to invest in that. All right then, people, we up out of here. You already know what it is. The hottest show online.
to Christ.
Can't believe you say no funky shit like that.
What kind of stupid ass question is that?
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
Oh yeah, no, it's done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
Next time you hear grown folks talking, shut the fuck up here.
Oh yeah, no, it's done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.